equations. There are 4 problems there at the top to review just 2-step equations. I want you to try those top 4 by yourself. So solving 2-step equations. You probably learned to draw a line down the equal sign. You learned the number that's by itself. This is a plus 13. You want to get rid of that. Our goal is to get the x by itself. So the number that's by itself, we're going to subtract 13 from both sides. And 5 minus 13 is what?
8.
Negative 8 equals x. And then if there was a number in front of the x, we would divide by that number. But there's not, so it's just x equals negative 8. Okay. This second one, the number that's by itself. So our goal is to get the x over here alone. So we got to get rid of the 6, we got to get rid of the 4. The number that's by itself, the 6, we get rid of first. We subtract 6 from both sides. 4x equals 28. And then the number that's with your variable, you divide both sides by that number, leaving the x over here by itself. And you get x equals 7. The third one. We need to get this 6 gone. So we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. We get negative 8x equals negative 16. And then we divide both sides by negative 8. To get x equals 2. You remembering how to do these steps? Yeah. Alright, last one.
A lot of them I can just look at.
So the 13 is the number that's by itself, so we're going to subtract the 13. 5 minus 13, we already did that one, was negative 8 equals 2x. And then we divide both sides by 2 to get negative 4 equals x. Were there any questions on solving 2-step equations? Because we're going to do that with matrices. So you've got to understand the steps and how to do them. So question number 1, I have a matrix equals x plus another matrix. This one is set up just like this first question here, except instead of a number here, I have a matrix. But the steps that we take are going to be exactly the same. So I want you writing out all of the steps. Don't just try to go straight to your calculator because you'll likely mess up. Okay, so you're going to draw the line down the equal sign. Okay. And here's my x. I'm going to circle that because that's what I'm trying to get by itself. This matrix, it's x plus this matrix. I want to get rid of the matrix. So that matrix is being added. The opposite of addition is subtraction. So I'm going to subtract this matrix from both sides. And so you're going to write that on both sides. Just like up here, I wrote minus 13 on both sides. I expect you to write that on these questions. Because it's really easy for people to forget and you type in the wrong one first. So I want you to write it out.
I do have a question on the opposite side of it. So under it, you know how those just like cancel out right there?
Those just cancel out.
Well, do we have to write down all the numbers inside the box?
I want you to do that, yeah. Yeah, I do want you to. All Alright, so that cancels. And so all that I have left on this right side is the x. Over here on the left side, we actually need to do the subtracting. Alright, so the one that I have on top is the one I'm going to type in first. If you don't type them in correctly, all of your signs will be flipped. So 12, 5, 8, 0 minus the negative 1, 17, 12, negative 11. And you hit enter. Now, you can check your answers on these problems. This is what I got for x. So if I go back and plug that in and I type in my x plus this matrix in my original problem, it should give me 12, 5, 8, 0. So I'm going to try that. My x plus, back in my original problem, the negative 1, 17, 12, negative 11. And it did give me, it is equal to 12, 5, 8, 0. So that tells me that my answer is correct. Let's go on to number 2. Here's my x. My goal is to get that by itself. So first thing I need to do is what? We're going to subtract this matrix. So we're going to get rid of that first. So we're going to subtract it from both sides. So that allows those to cancel. Over here, I still have negative 4x equals, and then really it's probably faster just to type in 48 minus 4 and negative 38 minus negative 10. Than to try to type in the actual matrices.
Oh, so there's only 2.
I mean, you can do that with the others too. You can do that with any of the matrices.
Doing the alphas there,
Yeah. The fewer numbers you have, it's probably faster just to type in each individual calculation. Yes?
So is like there ever a way, like say I got a 2 by 2 and I have a 2 by 3, could I still do it?
No. You won't be able to do these, no, because if adding and subtracting, they have to be the same dimensions. Yep. All right, is my x by itself?
No.
Nope, there's a negative 4. Now, your calculator won't let you type in a whole matrix divided by a number. But what you can do is divide each number individually. So these you will have to type in 44 divided by negative 4 and negative 28 divided by negative 4. To get your final answer. So I'd like to check my answer. Won't take me longer probably than a minute to check. I'm going to go back to my original problem and type in negative 4, and then I'm going to type in the matrix that I got here for matrix X. It's a 1 by 2. I got negative 11, 7 plus 4, negative 10, and that did give me 48, negative 38. So that tells me that it is correct. Let's do number 3. Here's my x. So I've got to get rid of the matrix over here on the left and get rid of the -3. Which one do I have to work with first? The matrix. Specifically the one with the 2, the -9, because that's the one that's on the same side as the x, the same side of the line. So I'm going to subtract it from both sides. Which causes those to cancel. So I can do individual if I want. -28 minus 2. You might can even do these in your head. -3 minus -9.
Wait, why are the bottom two count?
These over here, you took a matrix and subtracted.
The one over there, like, how are you doing it individually?
I'm just typing in -28 minus 2. You can do that, or you can. I can type in a 2 by 2 minus a 2 by 2 matrix. I think this way's faster. 3 minus 0. In my head, I know that's 3. 24 minus 3 is 21. You could have done this and typed in the whole 2 by 2, -3, 3, 24 minus.
I was just confused because they've done it like that.
Yep. Either way works.
But I got it.
Is the x by itself?
Nope.
Nope. What do I have to do?
About 30 on both sides.
Divide by -3. So you have to do every element divided by -3. So you can type it in the you can type those numbers in the calculator. You might can do them in your head. I know that's 10, -2, -1, 7. I did that real quick just because I knew my multiplication tables.
Oh, would it be negative?
It would be,
Good job.
because I wrote that negative there, and when I didn't see it. There we go. Any questions? All right, let's go on to question number 4. All right, here's my x. So I've got to get rid of this 9300 matrix, and I got to get rid of that 2. I'm going to subtract the matrix first. Subtract it from both sides.
This will probably be an easy subtraction.
That causes those to cancel. $13 minus 9 is 4. 3 minus 3 is 0. -4 and 20 equals 2x.
And this time we're just going to divide by 2 on all of it.
Divide everything by 2.
You could be the smartest one around.
And I ran out of room. Four divided by 2 is 2. 0 divided by 2 is 0. This would be -2 and 10.
That's pretty straightforward.
Any questions? Let's do number 5. So here's my x. So I want to get rid of the matrix. Something that's a little different on this one is that this matrix is being subtracted. So I actually need to add it to both sides. You've got to watch out for that. So when I add, I get 20, negative 20, 22, and 20. You can type that in your calculator if you want. Then what do I need to do? Divide everything by negative 2. We get negative 10, positive 10, negative 11, negative 10. I want you to work on these last 5, and then I will go over the answers. Alright, number 6, you should get negative 11, 5. Anybody want me to go over the steps? If you didn't get these answers and want me to go over them, I will.
I want you to go over them.
Really, or are you just saying that?
Not really.
Okay.
We don't have anything better.
Well, we don't have a lot of time left. You subtract this matrix from both sides. Those cancel.
And you get 44, negative 44, and 20.
And then you divide by 4.
And then you end up getting x equals negative 11 and 5.
Yes.
I'm smarter than you.
Alright, number 7. We get the matrix. Our answer is negative 9, negative 10, 8, and 7. These do tend to confuse people because it has minus x. That's the same thing as having minus 1x. So you'll just divide both sides by negative 1. So first off, you would need to subtract the matrix.
But he left me on a cliffhanger after we didn't have time.
And when you get a negative x, you have to divide everything by negative 1.
Wait, I didn't get that. That's that. Negative. Huh? Wait, is it the same thing?
This is number 7. Your final answer should be negative 9, negative 10, 8, 7.
Okay, how did you get?
Hold on.
Why are you dividing by 4?
Why are you subtracting?
Why are you subtracting by 4?
What do you?
Not subtracting by 4.
What do you?
Negative 1.
No, wait, hold
It's
on.
negative 1.
That's divided by negative 1.
But wait,
McNally's about to get the law.
question.
Shh, guys.
You're on number 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you subtracting if there's a subtraction?
No, we're looking at what's in front of here.
So I
That
did it all
matrix itself, yeah. the matrix, we subtract this matrix first and then divide both sides by -1.
It's only if this was a negative.
If that had a minus in front of it, yeah, if there was a negative there, then you would add it. But that's not there.
She was smarter than me.
All right, number 8, 2, 7, -1, 8. Number 9, -11, -8. And number 10, 0, 6, -5, 10.